Good evening, friends. Hello. Once again, it is Kaz with Elevateyourcraft, here for another episode of Journey of an MTG Beginner. I think this is episode 7 now. I really should get to know what episode I'm on, but I don't know. I just have a lot of fun doing them. Don't really think about it too much. And here we are. So once again in Arena, I'm going to talk about a few things today. What am I doing? Okay, so this is a deck that I believe was originally concocted or conceived, crafted by Owen Turtenwald. And then I noticed it on the Star City Games, I think it was Versus Series Live. And I thought, well, on Arena, that's fairly close to what I have available within my card collection. So why not try that? Alas, I don't have everything that I need. I actually managed to pull one Arclight Phoenix from the packs that I opened a while back. Need 3 more. Otherwise, of course, the Sulphur Falls, I need 1 more of those, but that's really it. We have everything else, which is awesome. So I do want to play that. But first, I'm pretty hype. I'm just coming off of finishing the Harry Potter audiobook series. Then again, I guess it's not that exciting because I've read or listened, a combination of the two. The series, I think this would have been the 4th time now, but it's been a while, so I decided to listen to the series on audiobook and literally just finished it like 3 minutes ago. Love that series. Actually quite well narrated as well, which makes a huge difference. If you guys haven't listened to audiobooks before, I really encourage you to do so. I love them. I love to read regular books and prefer to read regular books, but I can make use of a lot of time effectively using audiobooks, so I choose to. But one thing is the narrator is huge. Like how well the book is narrated. It's just, it takes the book to a higher level. So it's an awesome experience if you can get a book that's read or narrated by a very talented, I call them artists, then it's a real treat. So, maybe take your favorite book or a series or whatnot and try it out on audiobook. I highly suggest it. But I'm pretty hyped because I'm finished and love the series and always feel good once I complete a book, even if it's the case that I've read it before. But anyway, decks. So I want to talk a little bit about decks today. And I was thinking on Arena and on paper too. It's been 7 months now that I've been playing. And I was thinking, how did I choose the decks that I first ended up playing? I was trying to think back, and the first deck that I got was a modern deck, and it was still the one that I play, Bring to Light Scapeshift, even though it's gone through a handful of different iterations. Take out a card here, put a card in there, take out a few cards, try different things. I started with white as the 4th color. Now black is the 4th color. So still the same archetype, but slight changes. But I thought, why did I end up there? I was trying to remember exactly, but I believe it was I guess it was a coincidence. I just ended up watching, it was GP Detroit. If I remember, GP Phoenix earlier this year, and I happened to see this deck being played in a feature match area, and I thought, okay, that looks pretty cool. And then looked at the top 8 deck list after that, And even, I guess it must have been my instincts or whatnot, or something that I realize now might have gone a little bit deeper. But that deck really stuck out to me, and even in standard. Because I did play modern for a bit, and it was so stressful. It was crazy. Like, I was just so stressed trying to play this deck and learn the game and know what I'm trying to do, all that kind of stuff. So I thought, okay, I would like to play standard as well. So I'm going to go the complete opposite direction, and I just built mono red. Because I thought, okay, back when I was playing Pokemon, I just went for a more aggressive strategy, Vikabulu. Pretty linear, not much. I mean, I don't want to say there's not much to it, because you can play the very aggressive decks, and that iteration of mono red, I mean, not all players are the same, and I certainly don't want to claim that they don't take skill or anything like that, but you pretty much know what you're trying to do every game. So a more linear strategy, I thought, all right, I need to switch this up a bit. So I pretty much stopped playing my modern deck and went with mono red, played standard pretty much, up until maybe a month ago, fairly heavily. And even then I thought, okay, well, why? I mean, that's, I guess, why I chose mono red, and I guess it wasn't too expensive, and it was within my financial means. But just adding on to this, today I was thinking, well, I mean, you got to start somewhere. So if you're out there and you're trying to think of maybe even on Arena, or you want to play some tabletop Magic, and are wondering, what deck do I play? I mean, now I sort of realize I just followed my interests. I kind of saw it and I'm like, you know what, that looks pretty cool. I'm going to play that. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, even though I probably wouldn't play mono red now, you got to start somewhere. And by starting wherever that may be, it will lead you to wherever you end up. And that sounds a little obscure, but it gets you into the game so you can learn it, but then it'll also help reveal what your interests are, what your style is, the type of strategy that you want to play. And now, I mean, I'm building another modern deck, Amulet Titan, and it was a funny thing. When I was at the store that I was getting some of the cards, and it's one that I frequent, the gentleman that was selling the cards to me, as soon as I mentioned, I need these cards, he just kind of looked at me and he said, well, I guess you like land decks. And it occurred to me, I'm like, I guess I do. And it was at that moment, I'm like, wow, I guess I just enjoy land strategies. And then I thought, oh, why? Maybe go a little bit deeper here. Why do you enjoy land strategies? And I thought, well, they're challenging. They seem to have a lot of different lines, a lot of different ways you can maneuver and react or be proactive. And this is so funny, because even with Amulet Titan, when I first saw it, and this was again on an online matchup, I thought, oh, that looks so cool. And it just kind of fell to the wayside, and I thought, well, it looks like a really complex deck. I'm not even going to touch it at this point. And it just sat there, in the back of my mind for a while, and here I am building it. And I guess my point is, if I could go back, I don't know that I would have really worried too much about what deck I started with. I mean, I guess I didn't worry too much about it, but just get yourself into the game. Just play. Play with something. Pick something up. If you're limited in financially and you can't spend too much on a deck, spend as much as you can on one, pick it up and play the game. And that will not only help you get better at it and learn the rules and just the general mechanics and all those kinds of things, but it'll lean you toward a direction where you realize what style you like to play, whether it's control, permission, or just sending out huge creatures that attack, or a land-based strategy or something like that, or a recursion, or if you like playing with a graveyard, stuff like that. And that's what's really valuable, and that's what's been really valuable for me. And I was just kind of like, throughout this whole time, like, wow, and when the gentleman at the store said that to me, I'm like, huh, I guess I do like land-based decks. And certainly doesn't mean I'm not going to play anything else. I mean, look, here on Arena, I'm playing an Is It Spells deck, which I guess isn't really my style, but it's also valuable to know what other decks do and to play other types of decks, because, I mean, this is the standard format, but if I were to play something, let's just make a modern comparison. If I were to play the Amulet Titan deck, say for instance, against an opponent that was playing a deck that had a similar strategy to this, then I'll have an idea of how it works. Then I'll have an idea of what they're trying to do, and I'll be able to react accordingly and play a better game in general. So, I don't know. Guess I'm kind of ranting at this point, but I thought that was cool to talk about. Just like kind of follow your interests. Play some games. Even if you borrow a friend's deck or something, see if you like that style. See if you like the strategy. And then eventually you'll kind of understand what your style is and the strategies that you like to play. And go from there. And don't hesitate to play other types of strategies too, because that will make your overall game better. And if you're looking to be a little competitive, that's certainly not a bad thing. So, yeah, that's my rant for now on that. But as I mentioned, working toward that Owen Turtenwald list of visit spells, really just trying to maximize the resources that I have on Arena. And this deck actually looked pretty good in the videos that I watched. It was against Jeskai Control in the Star City Games video, and it didn't win, I don't believe. But, that's okay. So we just got to grind a little bit for a few Arclight Phoenixes, which is a bit tough because they are mythic. So it's going to take a while. But we will use the previous deck. So really just trying to get Niv Mizzet out and then hope my opponent can't deal with it. The turn 4 Sarkhan, I don't think it's happened once, in all honesty. So maybe I want to change up the strategy with this deck as well. Okay. I think that's it for now. Got some notes here, kind of just scribbles anyway, of things that I want to mention. Yeah, and this is actually another thing too. Going back to the challenging aspect, and that's part of my personality. I like, and I tend to, even going back to playing League of Legends, I tend to like playing more challenging, whether it's characters. Like I started playing League of Legends back in 2000. Oh, I think it was released in 2010, so it would have been 2011 that I started playing it, and mid laners like Orianna. I mean, Twisted Fate was what I started with. Always end up with Niv Mizzet in my opening hand. Got to love it. I have 2 blue sources, a tap blue source. I don't really like this that much. On the play, I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, I mean, we've got our lands, got a bit of removal, I suppose. We'll keep. Essence Scatter's good. I like that. I like that. Do we want to play the tap land? I think so. We'll give them some information. But yeah, I tend to play more difficult strategies, and they appeal to me. I'm not quite sure why. Alright, we're up against Izzet. They've played it tapped, so no opt or anything. On my end step, Doubt they'll be playing a creature, so that Essence Scatter is not that great. Get 2 blue sources out in case we draw. Well, we'd have it anyway. I was going to say the Sinister Sabotage, but looks like the first handful of turns are just going to be land drops. So we might have an end step. Yep. End step spell for my opponent. Do I want to expansion that? Maybe. Maybe. Although we're revealing that we have that card, but that's probably not really news anyway. So this cheap removal probably not going to be very good for us. In this matchup. So I'm on the play. I guess that's an advantage if I draw a Niv Mizzet. I'll be the first one to get it out. Although they do have a Field of Ruin. So that will slow them down, but maybe they're playing that Is It Spells deck we were looking at. I see a Fiery Cannonade. And I am drawing Land Central. So what was I saying? Yeah, the more challenging strategies, which is pretty painful at first. I mean, I've been doing a lot of solitaire type play with Amulet Titan, for example. So we're going to get Field of Ruin. That's fine. Going to get a blue source. And it's painful. You've really got to have that mindset where you're not worrying about wins early on. Because, like I said, I've been doing a lot of solitaire type play with Amulet Titan. And I don't plan, I mean, not plan, but I don't expect to win a match for a long time. And maybe I do if I get the God Hand, you know, one of my games and I know how to resolve it. But, I mean, my win percentage is probably going to be pretty low. But that's okay. I mean, it's going to take a long time to get proficient with this deck. And I'm okay with that. And that's part of the mindset that I think you need to have in that situation. Because I'm more interested in improving. Okay, that's good. No more lands. Well, Niv Mizzet can't be countered, so that's not doing a lot for us. This is a riveting matchup right now. Riveting. So the first while is going to be pretty painful playing Amulet Titan, and that's okay. I mean, all I'm going to do is just try my best and ask my opponents for feedback as much as I can and really be present while I'm playing it. This match is just something else right now. I have cheap removal and Essence Scatter, and they're drawing cards like crazy. I can Disdainful Stroke. That's probably the only thing that they have main board that I can Disdainful Stroke. So maybe I do it. If we get into a counter war, I mean, I'm not too worried about it if they use a counter on this. That's fine. So they're obviously going to have a fair bit of card advantage on me. But I mean, how does this game end? So they've used that, I mean, they may have another counter spell in which I can just use another Essence Scatter, because, I mean, Crackling Drake's the only one I can counter anyway. So we've just been drawing nothing but lands. Almost nothing but lands. They're at 7 cards. They're going to transform. So I need to be worried about Niv Mizzet, more Crackling Drakes. But I mean, this main board is just not ideal for a mirror match. I don't have Ascantas. Okay. That's fine. I mean, this match is just going to come down to card advantage. Odds are they have a counter. 6-4, I mean, I can try the Essence Scatter, make them use a counter spell, and then I do have a Lava Coil. And then hopefully that just... Because I'm thinking ahead here. I mean, they probably have an answer to this, but maybe they don't have an answer to the Lava Coil, which is what I'm hoping. That's fine. So they'll be tapped down to 2. So I can Lava Coil now. They can't Disdainful Stroke. They can't Sinister Sabotage. I mean, we have our own Crackling Drakes. They have... 2 of theirs are gone. What a riveting matchup this is, folks. I am sure you are just having a blast. Okay, further card advantage for them. We have not hit...
Come on. I just want to peek. The weight is killing me.
A Niv Mizzet. We've not hit Sarkhan. Okay, well, there's Niv Mizzet. So I don't know what kind of answers... Well, I do. I just got to think about it. There's no Justice Strike. I mean, they can just kind of use multiple burn spells. But we're going to get some value out of this Niv Mizzet. Maybe this will be what we need. So it's likely that they've got how many... So they can probably kill with... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Yeah, so they can kill the Niv Mizzet with... and that'll be -3. So that's not going to survive. But if I cast this, do 2, it'll maybe force them to trade. Or I can spend... No, I can't. I don't have mana for 1. I think that's... I mean, unless they have an answer for this, that'll hurt, I suppose. I'm thinking I do 2 damage. That will trigger Niv Mizzet, and I can do 3. And then at least if they want a -3, they have to kill Ral. Okay, so they've tapped out for that.
Nothing feels broken. Well, that was unpleasant.
I imagine they're gonna want a -3. Okay, so at least Ra's gone. I have 9 instants and sorceries. So they've got a fair amount of mana up. I'm at 5 mana, I'm at 9 mana, so I can... What I think I want to do is try and burn out this Crackling Drake, trying to draw out some of their mana. Not their mana, their counter spells. And then hopefully I can get a Crackling Drake through. We're going to want to use blue here. So if they counter this, I guess that's fine, but I'll be able to get the crack. Okay. Okay, so maybe they just don't have counter spells in hand. So they potentially have... I don't know if they plays Essence Scatter or not, but... We'll try and get the Crackling Drake through. I mean, we've got to pressure somehow. I was hoping that they would try and counter those just to draw them out, but... Okay, that could be useful, but again, I don't know if this list plays... Alright, that's fine. Get a blue source. I don't know if their list plays Essence Scatter. Okay, so they're going to Shock and Fiery Cannonade. So Niv Mizzet would be good. So we just basically 2-for-1 each other. Okay, that's not great. They're going to Ascanta. They've drawn a lot more cards than I have. I think I'll keep the Shock. I was just considering, do I play Shock there? But for what? I mean, what's 20 versus 18? This is going to come down to just big creatures, I think. I need to draw Niv Mizzet. Crackling Drake, that'll definitely have an answer. Let's see. That's Crackling Drake 1, 2... They'll have more. I do have one more Essence Scatter in. Can I get this Crackling Drake by? I mean, I don't even... Like, I know I'm just giving them more time and more cards. But I think I'm not really under any pressure. So I think I just wait till... If I can draw another Niv Mizzet, and then on the back of that... Oh, okay. They're going to draw 7 cards. Okay. Okay, so they just maybe burn me out, I guess. that's what's pretty cool about Expansion Explosion. Yep. That's fine. Didn't see one Niv Mizzet. I mean, I'm sure they have a Niv Mizzet in their sideboard. So the shocks aren't great. Disdainful Stroke's good. Negate will be good. I mean, these will be much less useful. I think Dive Down might actually be nice too. Negate's good. But I don't want to just kind of board out all my removal. You know, I'm going to have to deal with Niv Mizzet, so Fight with Fire is nice. Banefire is nice. Sarkhan. These aren't very useful. What am I at here? 59. Ral is good. I am on the play again. The lava coils are useful. I think I'll maybe put in one more Dive Down, because I think that'll come in handy with Niv Mizzet. My opponent probably has a similar board than as me, a similar board to me. All right, I'll keep. I think we have a Negate, Crackling Drake, Chemister's Insight, lands. It'll likely go pretty long. Negate's great against Expansion. No opt, so I think I just do this tapped. They've also tapped. And we pass. In the action-packed control, or not, yeah, Is It Spells matchup. Okay, so we got two blue sources. I mean, we can put up Sinister Sabotage. So my opponent probably won't try and do much this turn. I mean, Electrostatic Field, I don't think I want to play Crackling Drake. I think Electrostatic Field could be a win condition here. So if they do counter this, I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's useless against flyers, but, you know, it's really not supposed to be in the deck. I'm trying to remember what I need to replace those with. Wow, okay. That's fine. They're gonna 3 for 1. Well, no, it's yeah. No, 2 for 1, not 3. I'm not even, no, that's fine. If they want to use the resources on that, I'm okay with it. Okay, so we have a tapped land, and we don't have the... Well, we need to draw a land to get Niv Mizzet out. We could potentially Chemister's Insight on their end step. I mean, that's an expansion and a shock. Yep. So we'll put a stop there. I actually wonder if they can see that or not. Attack and combat, and let's give it a shot. They counter this. Okay, my turn. Give me a land, and we don't get a land. So we can go for a Crackling Drake and an Opt. Or we can just main phase Opt, hope for a 5th land. I mean, I have 2 Crackling Drakes. I could just go for one of these. Let's do it. I have 2 in my hand, so, I mean, if it gets countered, it gets countered. I was hoping to rock Niv Mizzet there. It's only a 1/4. I mean, you might not even counter that. And they're deciding, right? So that tells me that they have something. And I'll respond with an Opt. Okay, we want to keep that. Play the land. So we'll have Niv Mizzet next turn. And we have a negate and a dive down, which is nice. So having negate for Ra would have been great.
Decision time.
Okay, Banefire is good. They're tapped out. So do we maybe go for a Crackling Drake now and leave a negate up? Because they'll be at 6 mana. We can Bane firing the Ral just doesn't feel great. I think while they're tapped out, I go for the Crackling Drake. And then I leave negate mana up. Okay, drawing a land is great too. So now we kind of show that we may have a Sinister Sabotage. Dive down, I want to save for Niv Mizzet. Okay. Do I want to save? The Crackling Drake. Guess not. If they have another counter spell, it's gonna hurt. But I think we try and negate this. Okay, that's good. That's real good. So if we play Niv Mizzet, we're at 7 mana. We can play the Steam Vents. That'll leave 2 up. I think I pay 2 life. I can play Niv Mizzet and then have the dive down mana up. I imagine they board it in, Niv Mizzets. So they're probably considering, do I Chemister's Insight on my opponent's end step like I was planning on doing? We have the dive down, which is great. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think we dive down. If they counter it, that would be a shame. Guess we do it there. Dive down would be awesome. No dice.
Energy equals.
Okay. Wow. All right. Interesting. So we can main phase. Well, let's see. We're at 3, 6, 9 mana. We can fight with fire the Mystic Archaeologist, but that just feels like overkill. That is going to draw them cards, though. If we main phase Chemister's Insight, I can discard the land. I'll do that. So maybe they have a negate. Their hesitation there tells me that they have something. They likely have something. Do I really want to take this Mystic Archaeologist out? I mean, it's my fight with fire is a win condition. Kicked, fight with fire. You're leaving 5 mana up. They've got 2 jumpstart cards. They've only got 2 cards in hand. Lands for days. Well, that's 6, that's 9 mana. What am I at? 3, 6, 9, 10. I could hit them with explosion, I guess. I mean, they're gonna. Do you have to tap it? No. Maybe I do want to fight with fire. That's an ability. Yeah, I can't copy that. I think I Sinister Sabotage. I mean, it's obviously important to them. Targeting this. I mean, I don't know. That doesn't feel great. Sarkon. I'll leave that on top. But it tells me that they don't really have what they need. So, I mean, I can... Oh, if it gets countered, though, that would really hurt. I could Banefire the Crackling Drake. Which does not feel great. Because they'll likely just have another one, but that's a big beast on the field. So let's see, let's try and play the Sarkon. See if they try and counter this. Okay, no.
Of your demise. Madness. What madness?
Alright, I think I have to Banefire this. Well, I have to make it 5 so it can't be countered. Oh, this just does not feel good. Timeout used? Give me a break. I'm tapped out, unfortunately, so gonna have to wait find another way to deal with a Crackling Drake. But if they don't play anything here,
Well, let's see what the wind blows in.
okay, well, we have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 lands, so we can play Niv Mizzet. Sure, they have plenty of... Oh, man, that kind of hurts. That Ral's a problem. Yes, there's that island I was looking for. Well, Niv Mizzet's gonna die. Because he'll just minus the Ral. Do I maybe hold it? I think I hold it. Worst case, I mean, I play the Niv Mizzet if Ral's gonna ultimate. And then he's forced to, it's gonna ultimate next turn. Yep, resolve. So using my Bane Fire hurts. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11 land. So fight with fire would be pretty good.
Bolus told me I should do this.
If we opt... I think we try and find that fight with fire. Cause it's what, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dive down. Okay, well, I can try this again, where, what do I have? 3, 5, 8, 9, 10. If I'm able to evade the RAL minusing, then maybe I can deal with it. Okay. So we'll see where he puts the damage. What is happening? Oh, that was, I thought it was my trigger.
You're good. Not as good as me, but...
No, that. Okay. My God, these triggers. I mean, this is my last stand. If I don't survive this, then, you know, good on them. But they drew so many cards, they gotta have something.
Signs indicate that hurt.
This is crazy. I'm at 1. I'm tapped out. I'm vulnerable. All right, that's a good game. Wow. I don't even know what happened there. Okay, well, I can't say I'm not upset. No. I can't say that I'm upset that that's over. That's what I was going for. Oh, boy. Okay. Okay. So that was interesting. So, I mean, I just lost hard in card advantage. And they had everything they needed. This is sort of a... I know their deck was just better. That's hands down, that was just better. Sarkhan didn't help that much. Drew me some cards. They had ionizes, which was nice. Electrostatic field didn't really end up doing anything. I mean, they 2-for-1'd it, but seeing a ton of Is It. A ton of Is It out there. Well, let's try it again. Hopefully we play a little something different. Move these aside. Take a sip of my club soda, soda water, whatever you'd like to call it. So we are up against a different opponent here. We've got some lands. I'm on the play. We've got early removal. We've got an opt. We've got counter spell. I think that's pretty decent. Oh, I gotta sit up. That riveting match. Demir. Okay, Watery Grave tapped. And combat, we will opt. No land. Essence Scatter. That's pretty good. Another land. Okay, I think we do that and pass the turn. We'll see what they come out with. I doubt... Oh, okay. Not really sure what to expect here. Okay, we've got counter mana up. We've got some cheap removal. Let's see what happens. Okay, we're gonna scatter that. Don't want to mess with Jade Light Ranger. And we have another opt. You know what? I should have played the Steam Vents untapped. Because if I have to counter now, I won't be able to opt on end step. But then again, I kind of want to preserve my life total. I think I want to counter that. Nah. And we end up... Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that's good. Land for days. So if we respond to a creature with Opt, if we hit Essence Scatter, that is a really good card. I can't let that guy live. No more lands for now. Okay, so we do hit a Sinister Sabotage, that's good. But I can't let that Thief of Sanity live. That's an insane card. So we'll put a stop on end step. Okay. Crackling Drake. We play the tapped land. They're at 5 mana. So potentially 6. They can't play both cards. Both the Jadelight Ranger and the Fine Broker. They'll probably try and get that Thief of Sanity back by playing the Fine Broker. So I think I will wait on this Crackling Drake. Yeah, I'm gonna let that go. Okay, okay, so let's see here. It's combat damage to a player, right? Yeah. So I think we Lava Coil the Ranger. Or we just play the Crackling Drake as a wall. It's a 7/4. If they have a way to remove, I think I just get rid of this. Ugh. They have Vraska right now, so I want to leave mana open for. This is a tough spot. This is a tough spot. Okay. So they found an Niv-Mizzet. So that's 7 mana. But what do we discard? I mean, in all honesty, I didn't think they would hit a Niv-Mizzet. So now Vraska comes down.
Everyone is expendable, except me.
2, 3. We'll discard that. Do I play the Crackling Drake? I think I counter the Fine Broker. I think I've got to be patient here. Hoping they just... okay. Like, how do I deal with Vraska? That's the question. With attackers? Another Niv Mizzet.
The end.
Oh, awesome. We are drawing lands, my friends. We are drawing lands. So is Vraska ultimate? Okay, Carnage Tyrant. Oh, wow. Okay, they just got everything. Okay.
Alive for a life.
Can't be countered. Think we move on. Okay, so we'll be on the play. Disdainful Stroke's good. I think a Shave, an Essence, Scat, maybe not. A couple Shocks, Disdainful Stroke. Negates, not, I mean, they're good for Vraska, I suppose. I'm just looking at big stuff on their end. Three Disdainful Stroke? Yeah, I think so. 2 Scatter. Go 1 Negate. I think Banefire is pretty useful. Go 1 of these. Lava Coil, can probably shave a couple of those. Okay. Okay. Carnage Tyrant. I mean, I don't even know how I deal with that. I don't even know that I can. Yeah, so now we're starting to see kind of the really fine-tuned decks in Standard, the Arena metagame, and I am lacking in that department. Okay, my opponent has mulliganed. Opt, no lands. feels like all I'm seeing is lands. Speak of the devil. So on 2 mana, they didn't play anything last time, but they are Branch Walker. I think I scatter. Like, I just don't want them exploring. I don't want them getting lands. I want to really project that I have a Sinister Sabotage. Okay. Negate. That's good to know. That is good to know. So they're tapped out. It's 4. I mean, this is pressure, I think. At 4 mana, they could have Chupacabra. And they very likely will. Well, actually, no. They're on... Yeah, so I think... Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. I think I do this. Try and get some pressure on them. Oh, there's land. There is land. So if they have the Chupacabra, they have the Chupacabra. Okay. That'll do it too. So they're looking to fix their land. Maybe another blue source? Yes, indeed. So they're gonna keep up the negate. Okay, I don't really want to throw Sarkhan right into that negate. What am I at? I'm at 5-6 mana. I could throw the direct current at the district guide and maybe try and bait out the negate and then play Sarkhan. Okay, so they didn't fall for that. I mean, I guess district guide's not that important. It's done what it needs to. Okay. Can I even deal with this? If I discard an island, get Niv Mizzet. I mean...
I'll show you unhinged.
I mean, Banefire doesn't do it. Expansion doesn't do it. I am in trouble, folks. I am in trouble. I mean, fight with fire is not doing any good here. Okay.
I know.
Well, let's see what I draw. Wow, that was a fantastic draw. I think I can concede. Okay. GG. So I really think we need to try and step up a deck for these really fine-tuned standard decks that are showing their faces now. Don't know that I can get by on this. Course set 19. Hungering Hydra feels bad. I think it's hidden here, but we are 3 away from a rare wild card, so we can get another pack. I mean, let's go for Guilds of Ravnica. Maybe we pull a Arclight Phoenix. Or a rare wild card. Okay, that's good too. We can finally get our fourth Sulphur Falls. Let's do it. Peace out, Highland Lake. All right, land. Sulphur Falls. Yay. Okay, so we're gonna need to do some fine tuning here. Well, really, we're gonna just try and work toward that Is It Spells Arclight Phoenix deck. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay, so that was tough. Tough 2 matches. All right. Just to recap, deck building, and not the art and science of, but more the appeal of what deck you want to play. Just follow your interests. You know, certain things will pull you into a certain direction. I think that's what I'm finding now. A little bit of time has gone on. I'm like, wow, that's kind of cool how that works out. I'm kind of getting an idea of the style of deck that I like to play. I've learned that kind of that mono red, very linear, just beat down decks aren't 100% for me. I think I kind of like more combo type strategies. And that makes me think maybe I should give Storm a try in Modern. But yeah, I guess it just you end up where you end up, and that's what's pretty cool. But what I kind of wanted to get across today is just like, try and figure out what strategies you like. You know, play different ones. Look at what other people are playing, try them out. And heck, even these decks on Arena, all these random ones, might help you figure that out as well. And at the same time, it doesn't hurt to just invest in something, invest in a deck, invest in a strategy, even if you don't know that it's going to work out, because it'll tell you a lot. You know, it'll say, you might find I don't like this kind of strategy, but it'll guide you. It'll help you figure out what you like, the style that you prefer, and that kind of thing. What am I doing in calisthenics and weight training? Yeah, so tonight ended up doing some weights. Ba-ba-da-ba. Wanted to do a good deadlift session, but just didn't end up doing it. I gotta be like supremely focused, really into it to get into deadlifts, to be able to do them to the caliber that I like. Wasn't there tonight. You're not always gonna be. You're gonna have those off days. Today was an off day, but I went out there anyway. Did a lot of just stretching and relaxation, breathing, opening the hips up, that kind of stuff. And then ended up doing some chest, some bench press, incline dumbbell press, and then some good old push-ups, and then some bicep work, and that was it. Still feels good though. Feels good. Had a great meal. Just basically made a big bowl of taco with the ground beef, the cheese, I did spinach instead of lettuce, but nice keto, very low carb meal, which I'm still on. I'm still doing. Don't really see myself stopping anytime soon, but feeling great, and just it feels good to go to the gym or work out or do whatever you want to do. It doesn't have to be the gym. It can be going for a walk or jump rope or skateboarding or something active. And it feels great to just go and do it, even though you're not really feeling up to it. Okay. I think that's all I got for now. Gonna try and fine-tune this deck a little more. Try and make it a little more competitively viable. That's what I wanted to say. It's gonna take some time. Just grinding out the cards that I need, but that is a spells deck, should work for a while. Hopefully it'll allow me to win some games and then accumulate more gold and stuff a bit quicker. But anywho, by the by, hopefully you learned something. I was just kind of thinking about like what I was drawn to as far as cards and decks, and I thought, you know what, I want to talk about that. And so I did. What am I reading? Just mentioned the Harry Potter series. Awesome, love it. Now that that's done, probably going to move on to another audiobook. I always have 3-4 books on the go. Right now, as I've mentioned before, Brothers Karamazov by Dostoevsky. I'm coming to the end of that one. I should be finished probably in the next week. The Origins of Totalitarianism is another book that I've just started. And light reading, as you can see. And then, of course, I had the Harry Potter books on the go. Then I have Spinoza's Ethics. Hard for me to read fiction these days. Or if it's not, or if it is fiction, it's got to be just like literature. You know, things that are tried, true, been around for a long time, have sort of a very deep theme and ask very deep questions, things like that I'm pretty into. But that's what I'm reading right now. As I always say, read books, write every day if you can for even 5 to 10, 15 minutes. Just your thoughts, whatever you think of, whatever you want to write, just put it on a page. It's amazing what it can do. It helps you think. It helps you articulate what you're feeling, what you're doing, all that kind of fun stuff. And then I found the more I read, the more I wanted to write. And then all the while have some fun with some magic, and then keep active with calisthenics, jump rope, whatever you want to do. But that's it for me right now. I think I've said all I wanted to say. I'm looking forward to the next video. Hopefully this was useful. Follow me at Elevateyourcraft, all one word. That's the YouTube handle. And then Elevateyourcraft is also on Facebook. All one word, Elevateyourcraft as well. And then EYC KAS or EYC Kaz on Instagram and Twitter. And I'm out, I think. Good night, and I'll see you next time.